Six people dead, one of them an 8-year-old boy, and 62 others injured after Darrell Brooks sped through the Waukesha Christmas parade on Sunday. Where's the national news coverage? Seems like they want to sweep it under the rug. Take a look at this. This is a photo of today's Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Notice anything missing? The Waukesha parade attack is gone from the front page just a day after the suspect appeared in court and the announcement that another victim, an 8-year-old boy named Jackson Sparks, had died of his injuries. The parade attack won't get the wall-to-wall coverage that the Rittenhouse trial did, for example, because it does not fit the left-wing narrative. Joining me now is investigative reporter and the host of Drew Hernandez Live, Drew Hernandez. Appreciate being with us, Drew.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
So here's what we know so far. Darrell Brooks is a career criminal. Got bail jumping, reckless endangerment, aggravated battery, tier 2 sex offender, felon in possession of a firearm. This guy's got a long criminal history. And there has been some attention paid to the fact that he was out on bail, $1,000 bail, 2 days after being arrested for allegedly trying to run someone else over with his car. What happened here? How is this even possible?
Well, here's the truth. Darrell Brooks Jr., a.k.a. Math Boy Fly, publicly called for violence against white people on Facebook, and Facebook allowed it. He called to knock white people, including elderly white people specifically. He made that very clear on his Facebook post. It's clear he eventually acted on it because by massacring, it's clear he eventually acted on it by massacring multiple white people with his SUV at the Christmas parade in Waukesha. Will Facebook be held accountable? And I'll also say this. Notice the contrast here. A white kid, Kyle Rittenhouse, in Wisconsin, shoots 3 threats and kills 2 of them in self-defense, and the fake news media cartel declares him a white supremacist to the world. But an actual black supremacist in Wisconsin targets white people and murders them with his SUV, and the fake news media cartel blames the SUV. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, Drew, it's I guess should be expected, but still really galling to see how motive somehow doesn't even get discussed. We're not allowed to discuss it until we're 100% certain, as if you can ever be 100% certain unless you're inside someone's head what led them to do something. They initially told us that Brooks was fleeing another incident. Well, as of today, we know that Brooks intentionally drove his car into the parade and zigzagged to hit and kill as many people as possible. Yet, if you look at the New York Times right now, they have stories out that make it sound like this was an unforeseen tragedy that came out of nowhere. A car, not a person, driving a car, ran some people over. It's almost like they're treating it as though a tornado hit instead of a mass murder attack by somebody who, as you point out, had said that he hated and wanted to attack people of a different race.
Absolutely. MSNBC commentators have called this an accident on live television. Wikipedia called the massacre a Christmas parade car crash. They do this because they want to cover up the fact that it was a murderous black guy with obvious anti-white views all over his social media accounts. Anybody could see this and find this for themselves. And he had an extreme criminal history, like you mentioned, including sexual misconduct with a minor. It does not fit their stupid race-baiting narrative. Plus, most of these woke media cartel networks hate white people as well, so they won't report accurately on actual white victims. What happened in Waukesha was a mass hate crime, not an accident.
Darrell Brooks used the pseudonym, as you said, Math Boy Fly, and there's proof, people have it from Facebook, that he publicly called for violence against white people, and as you said, Facebook allowed it. Learned and taught behavior, so when we start knocking white people the blank out, I don't want to hear it. The old white people, too, knock them the blank out, period. Well, and there's another one. Darrell Brooks posted in support of Black Lives Matter here as well. Here's a post where you can clearly see him saying, F the police. Then beyond that, we have anti-Semitism on his online presence here. Darrell Edward Brooks expressed black nationalist anti-Semitic views, praising Adolf Hitler, saying real game right here. If this, Drew, if this were a situation of a white person attacking any minority group with his vehicle, and all of this was found on that person's social media accounts, I think the entire Democrat-aligned left-wing media would be saying that it was clearly a hate crime and a terrorist attack. We're hearing neither of those things right now. How is that possible?
Absolutely, because they don't want to make black people look bad, even if they're violent criminals, racist criminals like this, that actually take action on their words based off of what they say on social media, that they want to attack another race. This is what has happened with the fake news media cartel. They've put themselves in a position where they've bowed the knee to the mob, to where they cannot even come out and report accurately, because if they do, they're going to be accused of being racist if they actually report on a real black supremacist that commit violent crimes against white people. So they've put themselves in this position where they've aligned with the neo-Marxists, they've aligned with the neo-communists, they've aligned with these people that are literally causing people in the United States of America to bend the knee to their abusive powers. And right now, this is exactly what you're seeing. So who gets hurt in the end, Buck? The people that get hurt in the end are obviously the people that are victims, and their stories don't even get told accurately because this is what these people have decided to side with in the media.